Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at The Mandalorian setting up the Star Wars Rebels sequel series. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. Greetings, Exalted Ones. Greetings to all you Jedi, Padawans, and younglings out there. This is Star Wars Coffee, keeping you up to date with all things Star Wars, especially the latest news and leaks from Star Wars, and of course, as always, giving you my analysis. Star Wars Coffee channel memberships are now live. Starting at just $1.99 a month, you can get exclusive commentary from me as we rewatch the Star Wars series together. I'd like to give a special shout out to Neon Victor, BSimms, Daniel, Richard, Reina, Michelle, and Meener. The long-awaited debut of Ahsoka Tano has finally happened in The Mandalorian Season 2. The episode was entitled The Jedi, and while this episode heavily focused on Ahsoka, it still did manage to further the plot of Mando and the child, which we now know is Grogu. So while Mando got his instructions on where to take the child next, this episode focused extremely heavily on Ahsoka, which was to be expected with Dave Filoni directing this one. So this episode sets up a lot of things for the future of Star Wars, specifically the continuation of Star Wars Rebels with the Rebels sequel series, which now looks like it's just going to be the Ahsoka show. So Rosario Dawson clearly killed it as Rosario Dawson. The fan response has been immaculate, and this is excellent news for the future of live-action Star Wars, specifically with Ahsoka. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at this article from CBR's Sandy Schaefer titled The Mandalorian, What Ahsoka Tano is Doing on Corvus and How It Ties Into Star Wars Rebels. And what this better does is explain the Rebels sequel series and how this will hinge off of that. So let's take a look here. Rosario Dawson made her debut as Ahsoka Tano on The Mandalorian this week, at long lasting bringing Anakin Skywalker's former Padawan into live-action side of the Star Wars universe. And if that wasn't exciting enough, Chapter 13's The Jedi also revealed her reason for being on the forest planet of Corvus. She's searching for none other than Star Wars Rebels villain, Thrawn. Created by Timothy Zahn for his Heir to the Empire novel trilogy from Star Wars Legends, Thrawn became an official part of the Disney Star Wars canon when he showed up in Rebels Season 3 premiere. A master tactician who rose to rank of Grand Admiral in the Galactic Empire, Thrawn waged a deadly campaign against the rebels in the Lothal system in the years leading up to the start of the Galactic Civil War. He was eventually outwitted by the Jedi Padawan Ezra Bridger in the Rebels series finale during a battle commonly referred to as the Liberation of Lothal. Rebels left Thrawn and Ezra's fate up in the air after the latter called a group to attack the former Star Destroyers, to pull the ship into hyperspace with Ezra and Thrawn still on it. However, 5 years later, Ahsoka and the Mandalorian warrior Sabine Wren set out in search of Ezra, believing Ezra had survived his final encounter with Thrawn. It's safe to assume the latter also made it out alive since Ahsoka is looking for him on the Mandalorian. Hoping to gain information on Thrawn's whereabouts, Ahsoka made her way to Corvus to confront Morgan Elsbeth, the magistrate of the city of Caledon and a survivor of the Clone Wars, who previously served under Thrawn as a member of the Imperial Navy. This indicates Thrawn is one of the many former Imperial officers who's remained active since the Emperor Palpatine's quote-unquote death, and is hoping to build a stronger federation from the remnants of the Galactic Empire. If so, that could mean Moff Gideon is actually working for Thrawn and not Palpatine, developing a legion of midichlorian-enhanced Dark Troopers on his orders. There's no mention of whether Ahsoka has rescued Ezra yet in The Jedi, so it's safe to presume she hasn't. So it's possible that she's going to find Thrawn to locate Ezra, by finding Thrawn while also learning more about the latter's plans. A brilliant commander who goes to great lengths to understand his enemy's beliefs and culture in order to destroy them, Grand Admiral Thrawn would be a fitting choice to serve as the ultimate big bad on The Mandalorian. Whatever condition he's in after the Rebel sequel series finale, he poses a real danger to the New Republic's efforts to rebuild in the wake of the Galactic Civil War. And it is not to be underestimated. It's no wonder Ahsoka is determined to track him down and hopefully defeat him once and for all. In this, when they're talking about Thrawn being the ultimate big bad for The Mandalorian, I don't see them going this route. I see them sticking with Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon. This just makes much more sense considering he was introduced with the Darksaber, and that seems to be where this plotline is focusing. The Ahsoka Grand Admiral Thrawn hint was, I truly believe, to just set up the Rebels sequel series, which instead of being an animation sequel is going to be this Ahsoka live action sequel. And this makes a lot more sense now when we heard that there were casting calls out by Disney for Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra. So this makes much more sense now, pairing this with what we've seen from this episode. So I suspect that the Rebel sequel series is now a live action show starring Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka Tano. And we'll have to see who they cast otherwise moving on from this show. So don't expect Ahsoka to be back in season 2. I really just think that since Filoni only did the one episode, that was all we're going to see of her. But we did see her for pretty much the entire episode. But let me know what you guys think about the Rebel sequel series. Live action Ahsoka show is what that's turned into. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it!
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.